Doing? How y'all doing? Hope everybody doing all right. Where's that remote at? Hold on 1 second. I gotta find that remote. That music playing. I don't want YouTube to copyright this because of the music. Okay, I'm back. Happy Sunday, fam. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. I sure did. Baby, let me tell you. Some of them videos I took last night at the little club I went to, I could not post here. I could just not. It was a bit too much. It was a bit X rated, put it that way. Put it this way. Okay, I showed up. I met the popular TikTokers that I follow. Well, one of them particularly that I follow. She calls herself Pretty Dyke. And she is pretty. She's very pretty in person. She got like long dreads. She's wear makeup and stuff. She has like a little nose ring, like a septum ring. But I think she got a tongue ring too. But anyway, I got a selfie with her. I was geeked up. I felt like a groupie. I'm not gonna lie. And I danced a little bit with her. She was cool. And then I met a couple of her friends from TikTok. They was cool too. But yeah, it was wild and it was packed. Oh my god, it was so packed. I didn't leave out of there till 2 o'clock in the morning. I went there like around it was like a little after 11, but I had a good time. It was a vibe. It was a place called Blush CLT. It's like a little black nightclub, I guess. I don't know, but it was cool. It wasn't your typical night. Trust me. This was a particular event that was hosted by the TikTokers off of IG or whatever, and they're part of the Rainbow Crew. Let's put it that way. And there was some freaks. Okay, I ain't gonna lie, there was some freaky shit up in there. But yeah, it went from people dancing on the floor to somebody giving a whole show. Yeah, they popped out that once they popped out that folding chair, I knew what time it was. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it was a lot. When I started seeing money thrown, I was just like, "Are we at a strip club? Like, what the hell?" I was just like, "Oh my god, this is a lot." But yeah, they get down. I will give them that. They be getting down. And I even made a little friend. I told her to follow me on IG. She was feeling pretty cool. I think she said she was from. Where did she say she was from? I want to say she said she was from Arizona or some shit or Nevada. But yeah, surprisingly, a lot of those people that came to that event, they were from like all over the place. Like, I met one lady from like Nevada. I think she said she lived outside of Vegas, and the host that was hosting the event, they was from Dallas. Well, two of them was from Dallas. One of them was from Louisiana. But man, that chick from Louisiana, she was cool as fuck. She was a stud. But her lyrics, I don't know what song she was singing, but I can't get this one verse out of my head. She said, "Baby, I'm the chiropractor. Come and get your back broke." It runs rent free in my head. I can't get it out of my head. That shit was funny as hell. But anyway, I had a good time. I had a lovely weekend. I had a wonderful weekend, put it that way, in Charlotte. I haven't been here since 2012. Um, it's grown a lot from the last time I came. I don't even remember it too well. It looks like New York now. I'm so serious. Like, there's big, tall skyscrapers everywhere. Beautiful black art murals all over the city. Like, it's really nice. It kind of reminds me of Houston a little bit with all the big buildings in one spot. I mean, don't get me wrong, Richmond has big buildings too where I live in Virginia, but it's nothing like this at all. Like, the vibe here is way different than the vibe back home in Virginia. Virginia gives me like small town college vibes, you know what I mean? Like more gentrified vibes. Charlotte gives me nigga vibes. I'm gonna be honest. It gives me nigga vibes. That's all I saw. But like, Yeah, it's a mix. It's a mix of ghetto, ratchet, and the people seem cool. The people are very friendly. Love this hotel, by the way. I ended up staying at the Marriott. Still here, as you can tell. But yeah, it's lovely. Um, had a quiet stay. It's peaceful. Um, breakfast was okay. Breakfast was decent. You know, typical continental breakfast. They had, let's see, scrambled eggs. Let's see, bacon, sausage, turkey sausage links. They had the little waffle makers. Oatmeal was gross. That shit was slimy. It was sick. But besides that, I mean, they pretty much had everything else you could think of. Biscuits. What's the other one's called? Bagels. I can't think. Toast. The only piece of fruit they had, sadly, were apples and bananas. Don't nobody want that shit early in the morning. And then I think some mandarin oranges in a bowl. They were just sitting out. I was just like, ugh. But other than that, I mean, everything else was straight. They had a little coffee maker, a little espresso maker and stuff where you can make hot chocolate, cappuccinos, and all that good stuff. But it was wonderful. They went above and beyond when I got here. Now I ain't gonna lie, when I first checked in on that Friday night when I got here, I was so exhausted. My room was clean. There was nothing wrong with my room, just FYI. However, this office chair that I'm sitting in now, well, it wasn't the one I was sitting in before. It was not the cleanest. I saw like some type of food stains or something on them, and I called the front lobby, and the guy was so nice. He stopped what he was doing and switched out my chair immediately. So I got a brand new office chair in here. But yeah, Marriott, I give him a 9 out of 10. I give him a 9 out of 10 only because one, breakfast is kind of subpar, but the staff is on top of everything. Like, I have no real complaints here. Everything is fairly new. This hotel, they told me, was specifically built in 2020, so it's a little bit more modernized than most Marriott hotels. The type of Marriott that I'm actually in is called Fairfield Inn. They're pretty decent. If you ever hear of Fairfield Inn, Spring Hill Suites, um, or JW, like that's the fanciest one out of all of them. I would probably say JW Marriott is the top of all Marriotts, but JW is equivalent to the Omni. Yeah, you gonna pay some JW money. I'm talking like 300-400 a night. This hotel was actually a decent price for once. I found it on Expedia last minute for 125 a night, 129 a night, altogether with taxes included. It was like a little over 300 and something. However, thanks to Clarida, shout out to motherfucking Clarida. Clarida saved my ass plenty of times for paying full price. Clarida is an option that you select at checkout. It's like a little pink tab that says Clarida. It's like a little afterpay option. So you know how you do these pay later options for like, different like loans and stuff. Think of it as a loan. If you ever see something that says Clarida or Affirm, yeah, that's a pay later option. You don't have to pay the full price up front. And the payments are as tiny as like 20 something dollars a month. It's like $22, $23 a month. I use Klarna and Affirm on flights last minute. I use it on hotels. You can use it for rental cars. Hell, sometimes you can use them for concerts. That's what I did last year when I went to the Shaka Khan concert. I used Afterpay. I didn't pay $275 up front. I went ahead and Afterpay, and I pay as little as $27 a month, and it's like 12 months. Like, you can't beat it. But yeah, it comes in handy when you're short on funds and you need a little something to stretch you out. Klarna, Affirm, or Afterpay is a lifesaver. Now, the only kicker is that although I had a wonderful time and I enjoyed my stay and everything was fine. Yesterday I went downtown, did some exploring like a tourist, sightseeing, as you can tell. I uploaded some clips on my shorts feed and stuff. There was one small dilemma. So as I'm sitting at the red light, I'm on my way back to the hotel room, right? After I finished eating and sightseeing and walking all over downtown. Tell me why that damn car stopped at the middle of the red light. I was so mad. And it was in gear. It was in drive. All my lights flickered and it just shut off. And I was just like, I panicked. I was just like, I had to put the hazard lights on and tell people to go around me. I was just like, please don't let me be stranded, God. Please don't let me be stranded. But by the grace of God, I turned off that car, turned it back on, it came right back on. And I happily drove that sucker out of downtown. So, yeah, it was quite scary. So, what I ended up doing, I went to AutoZone last night before I went inside the club and the festivities and stuff. And I had them read that check engine light that popped up. I said, it's probably that stupid ass AC fan blower deal I need to get replaced. I need to get some kind of socket replaced for my AC because it's not blowing too well. They told me it has something to do with a part called a manifold runner. I don't know if any mechanics in the building, but if you know what the hell a manifold runner is, you'll know what I'm talking about. So, according to Google, it's basically something that has to do with overheating your engine. If the little piece that goes to the underneath your engine by your oil area, if that thing like doesn't properly open and close like it should, it could overheat the engine, which is very important. So, long story short, I ended up dropping off my vehicle at Pet Boys. Thank God for Pet Boys. Firestone is so fucking sorry. Let me tell you about Firestone. And it was a nice Firestone that I stopped at. Because I only deal with them sometimes I have a Firestone card. I get discounts with that Firestone credit card. I go over there and they were like, well, we won't be able to do your vehicle today for a diagnostic. However, you can make an appointment with one of our technicians and come back Monday. I said, Monday through Friday, y'all are open 7 days a week. Why can't I come back tomorrow for a diagnostic? Oh, our bay is full. We're fully booked. Seriously? So I was like, whatever. So that's when I went to Pet Boys, which happened to be magically next door to AutoZone. It was connected together. And they were so nice. That black boy told me, if you drop off your car with us overnight, we'll keep it in the bay and we'll work on it first thing in the morning. And he kept his promise. He wasn't lying because I called them just now. They just opened at 9 a.m. And he said that the technician will be on it in the next hour or so. He said he'll keep me posted and let me know what the situation is. I said, okay, no hurry, because I said, I don't check out my hotel anyway till like 11 or 12, so you can take your time. I just wanted to make sure y'all got the message from the night crew because I don't want my car sitting in that bay all day. Because I said, I don't live here. I live in Virginia, and that's like a 4.5 hour drive from Charlotte. So hopefully, fingers crossed, by the time I check out, my vehicle is done. We'll see. We shall see. I don't know. But the diagnostic is $99 in case y'all want to know for Pet Boys. They do military discount, so it's a 10% off discount. So it's not bad. It's decent. But fingers crossed, my black ass can make it back safe and sound all the way home. Because the last thing, and I mean the last thing I need, is to be stranded on a freeway somewhere in the middle of North Carolina trying to get home. But yeah, I had no issues coming all the way here. It didn't start this until I got down here. And it was weird because I was just like, why is my car shutting off? At first, I thought it was the battery because AutoZone was like, sometimes, the battery terminals get loose, the wiring gets loose. So he checked all my battery terminals, said battery was fine. It was a good battery. So we knew automatically it wasn't the battery, wasn't alternator, wasn't nothing else crazy in the engine. It just happened to be that one malfunctioning piece. But anywho, that's the current situation. Just literally waiting on my car to get done out the shop and figure out what's going on with that sucker. But yeah, fingers crossed, whatever that repair is that I need to get done, hopefully it's not too severe, it's not too crazy expensive. Because if it is, I'm going to have to wait. But as long as I can make it back, that's all that matters. I got to make it back because I cannot, and I mean not, miss work or Monday. Or not miss work, but like miss physical therapy. I can miss work. That's not a problem if I had to, but I prefer not to because I don't really have time like PTO. I only have sick time. So, yeah, I have a lot of appointments lined up next week. Physical therapy is Monday. Tuesday is sleep study clinic to pick up my CPAP. And Thursday is a chiropractor to get my adjustment done. So yeah, I have a lot to do. But oh my goodness. If you guys have never been to Charlotte, I highly recommend you visiting. It's a very nice city. There's plenty of things to do here. You can't get bored. Like, Charlotte gives me Atlanta vibes because they have so much here. I had no idea how many different tourist attractions they actually have here until I started reading. They have the NASCAR Hall of Fame here. They have museums, aquarium, zoo, pretty much anything you can think of that a typical city has, but a little bit more historical, if that makes sense. Um, but yeah, there's plenty of things to do here. Like, you can't get bored. Everything you can think of is literally here. And it seems like it's gotten bigger. I feel like more people have moved here because all the people that I've talked to here at this hotel that work here, they're not even from Charlotte. That one lady told me she was from Arizona or New Mexico. I can't remember which state. The other lady said she was from Nevada. And the brother that I first met when I first checked in here on Friday night, he said he was from Michigan. I said, what brought you all the way from Michigan to North Carolina? And he was like, oh, it was the job. He said my fiance transferred her job to some corporate center. I forgot what his fiance does. And he decided to take this hotel job. So that's how he ended up getting here from Michigan. He said he's been here a little over a couple of years, about 2 or 3 years now. I was like, okay, that's what's up. But yeah, a lot of people, surprisingly, that I've came across are not Charlotte natives. They are from other places of the world. But yeah, it's a lot of people moving down south. I've noticed that. A lot of people from California moving here. It's kind of like another Texas and another Florida. You got people from all over moving down south because it's cheaper. Hello, how you doing, Jasper? And it's just very diverse. There you go. I can't think of the word, but yeah, it's very diverse. Surprisingly, I didn't see too much homelessness downtown. I was quite shocked. I expected a lot, but I didn't see a lot. Unless I just happen to be on the good side of town, I ain't seen too many of them. Cause baby, let me tell you about Richmond. Richmond is so janky and ghetto. They are homeless on every block of downtown. It's like a mini LA, and it stinks. Charlotte don't have that issue. Oh, and it was game day. I forgot to tell y'all. The Carolina Panthers played the Los Angeles Rams yesterday. Man, downtown was so packed. I saw thousands of people. Majority of them was white, wearing Panther jerseys, crossing the street. And I'm just like, yo, what is going on? And then someone told me, oh, there's a playoffs game today. That's why it's so crowded. I was like, oh, gotcha. That makes sense. I'm doing good. How are you? I'm doing all right, Jasper. I'm doing all right. I'm doing just fine. I'm feeling good. I done took me a shower. I done ate breakfast this morning. Surprisingly, my ass woke up at 8 o'clock. My alarm went off at 7. I kept hitting snooze on that sucker. And then I looked at my phone and said, okay, it's 8. Let me get up. Because breakfast here shuts down at 9:30. But yeah, I'm feeling good. Feeling great. So far, so good. So far, so good. Um, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, I saw a dude on the street playing music yesterday. It was a brother. He tried po thing. I didn't understand a word he was saying, but it was terrible. Then I discovered the place where he was playing the music in front of. The restaurant was called Kitchen and Cocktails. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that restaurant, but it's a black-owned restaurant. Um, I actually met the owner. He has that same restaurant in Dallas. He actually has several locations. He has one in Dallas, Miami, now Charlotte. They said this is a brand new location. They just opened. He also has a location down in DC as well. And somebody told me he's opening up three more locations. I want to say like Vegas or somewhere crazy, and maybe LA or something. I don't know. But brother is paid. Okay, the brother got a Ferrari. Like he's paid. He's got that money. But anyway, yeah, I just thought that was interesting. I said, "Oh snap! I recognize this place. I didn't know they had a kitchen and cocktails here." They said, "This is cool." But fair warning, that is not a cheap place to go. If you ever decide to go to that restaurant, be prepared to break your wallet. That's a place where you go to during tax season. Put it that way. I remember the very first time I went with one of my friends that I met in Dallas, and we went there. I think on a Sunday for brunch because I said, "Do you want to go out for brunch and grab some mimosas and waffles or some shit?" I said, "I heard they got like a DJ and stuff." She said, "Okay, let's go check it out." Man, the place was like the club. This is like 11 o'clock in the morning. Okay, we go there. They got a whole DJ spinning records, people in there twerking at the bar. It was a lot for brunch. I said, "Damn, this is why people go to brunch." And I ordered I believe shrimp and grits, so good. And then she ordered, I think, fish and something else. Anywho, the bill, whoo, just for both of our plates alone, cost us like $40, $50 a plate. So I think altogether total it was a little over $100. But yeah, just make a mental note. If you ever decide to visit Kitchen and Cocktails, be prepared to spend at least at minimum $50 or more for a plate. Just be prepared. But it's a nice vibe. It's a nice experience. I've never had a bad experience there. I'm just saying. Um, Fish was hot. It was on point. Everything was fresh. Shrimp and grits is on point. Like the food is amazing. Like I don't know where he be finding these world class chefs from, but they know what they're doing. That's why he has such a good reputation. Um, let's see what else. What else is there? I'm trying to think. Uh, Besides sightseeing, I think that was pretty much it. I didn't do anything else that I can think of. Um, let's see. Turn on a damn TV. I put it on the golf channel. I don't even watch golf. But I just wanted to make sure that music wasn't picking up inside of my video. Hopefully, it didn't pick up too much in this video. But anywho, I had a good time. I had a very, very good time. Wish the weekend was longer. I wish the weekend was longer, baby. Whoo! Because if it was longer, I'd go out again, just for shits and giggles. I sure would. But checkout isn't until noon. Hallelujah. I thought checkout was at 11. I had just called a lady downstairs. She's a sweet older black lady. But yeah, I'm probably not going to check out really until noon because I don't know when my car is going to be ready at Pep Boys, to be honest. They told me they'd give me a call within the next hour to let me know once they start working on my vehicle. And I was just like, okay, take your time. I said, just make sure y'all have it done before, like, hopefully 1 o'clock, I hope. Or at least at minimum 2, because I said I cannot sit here past 2 o'clock. I got to get home. Because by the time I leave and I get in that stinking traffic, I probably won't get home till after 5 o'clock. But fingers crossed they can get this car done in the next hour. Because if I could leave here by 11, I timed it correctly. 11, 12, 1, 2. I should get home by 3. That's the goal I'm aiming for. I don't know if I'm going to get home by 3, though. There's no guarantee. Oh, let me tell y'all about the Uber rides. Child, I had some nice rides, too, last night. So when I left Pep Boys and I Ubered back to the hotel room, I rode in a brand new Acura. Man, they got some nice ass cars out here, y'all. and it was clean, had red patent leather seats and stuff, and the brother was cool. He was real smooth. And the last Uber I had, that when I went to the nightclub, that one was a Cadillac. That one was a nice Uber too. That dude was paid. Now the last vehicle I had when I was leaving the nightclub, it was a nice car too. I just don't remember what kind it was. It looked like a Toyota of some sort, like a Camry maybe. I don't know, but they all got nice cars because normally when I be riding Ubers, especially back home in Virginia, they be raggedy, beat up. They don't be the nicest cars. But the ones here, they're very, very nice. Surprisingly. Yeah, very, very nice cars. But yeah, I had a good time. I feel refreshed. I'm feeling good. I showed some of my friends some videos from the nightclub. They were just like, "Oh my god!" So one of them is so crazy. They was like, "Did anybody get you pregnant yet?" I was like, "Hell no." I was like, "How they gonna get me pregnant? And they all hoes. They all females. Like, get out of here." I was just like, "Y'all stupid." And I was just like, "Y'all are so silly." Y'all say y'all got jokes, but yeah. I had a blast. I haven't done something like this in a very long time. I'm gonna be honest. I don't do clubs anymore now that I'm in my 30s, going on 40s. Uh, I'm a very simple gal. Most of the time, if I do go out somewhere, it's a sports bar at minimum or a restaurant. Yeah, I'm on old people status. I'm that old biddy that goes to the restaurant for like wine and steak or some type of like pasta or some shit like at Olive Garden. That's all I do now. I don't do clubs because most of the time if it's ratchet, there's bound to be a fight that breaks out and there's bound to be some shooting going on. But this one surprisingly was not ratchet. But I think it was only because of who was hosting the event. Had it not been that particular event with those TikTokers, I guarantee you it probably would have been more ratchet. But because they have some very famous TikTokers that are hosting that event, I think that's why it was so nice. Security was on top of it. Let me tell you about security. Whoo, they do not play. That brother was checking everybody up and down before they got inside that building. So I had a peace of mind already before I went in. And he was checking bags with a flashlight and everything. They was not playing no games. But yeah, it was alright. It was alright. Definitely not bad. Would I go back again? Maybe not. Unless it's a special event like the one I attended last night, I'm not gonna go back. But I do plan on coming back to Charlotte in general because I do want to visit some of the tourist attractions that I have not been to. I have not visited the NASCAR Hall of Fame, and there's so much history. I definitely want to visit the museum. I definitely want to visit the Black cultural museums that they have here as well. It's kind of similar to DC. DC has the Smithsonian and the African American History Museum. I haven't been to those either, and I heard those are really nice. So the next time I go up that way, I do plan on going to visit the African American Museum and the Smithsonian, which is a very hard place to visit apparently. Like when you get tickets, you have to get tickets ahead of time. They open and close for a certain period because it gets so many visitors a year. Like there's thousands of visitors from all over the world that go to the Smithsonian and go to the African American History Museum. It's nuts. But let me tell you about my next venture I got coming up. So I decided to be a little bit spontaneous and I booked myself a last minute flight all the way to good old Memphis, Memphis, Tennessee. Yes. And a little nervous, I might add, because Memphis is not one of the safest cities at all. I'm not going out there for like nightlife or nothing. I'm only going out there specifically for one reason. And that reason is MLK Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So, in honor of Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy, they are holding a 40th anniversary special to celebrate Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday at the National Civil Rights Museum, which is located in Memphis, Tennessee. And the museum is actually, from what I've been told, a part of the Lorraine Motel where Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. So, yeah, from the pictures and stuff that I read online, it looks really nice. I read the event details. It's free admission. There's live music, there's barbecue, um, there's different speakers. I believe there's like a live podcast session. There's all types of crap. And it's from, I think it starts at 8 a.m. and then it stops at 6 p.m. So it's an all day event. All day event. You get in the museum for free and you get to enjoy the music and the food for free. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna be spontaneous like these TikTokers and do a day trip. So this will be my very first spontaneous day trip. I've never done a day trip before. So what I'm doing is I'm flying out at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm flying back home at nighttime. I'll probably be home by 11 o'clock at night. So yeah, I'm excited to do this day trip because I said, baby, I'm not spending no more than 24 hours in Memphis. It's Memphis. Memphis is like the equivalent of like New York and Philly and LA put together, all in one setting. And even my friend from New York, she was just like, Memphis. I was just like, you from New York? I know you ain't talking. Your city is just as worse. She said, no, Memphis is worse. I said, yeah, you're right. Memphis is worse. She was like, I'd be so afraid. I said, I think honestly it's not that bad. I think I have a 50-50 chance of survival at the museum. It's just a museum and it's daytime. I'm not going to be there out at nighttime. Now, the place I do want to visit down there is Graceland. Graceland is the home of Elvis Presley. It's a big old mansion where thousands of visitors take tours all the time. And I read the ticketing on the website for Graceland. It's like 250 to 300 a ticket. It's expensive. It's not cheap. And they give you tours of like everything, like from the house to like all his memorabilia, like everything. It's crazy. And one of my coworkers, I think two of them been there. Uh, the one brother I work with, he said it's actually located in the hood. I said, wait, what? He was like, yeah, that mansion is in the ghetto. I was like, what? I said, well, maybe back in the 60s it wasn't ghetto. It probably got ghetto after the 60s. I don't know. But yeah, he said Graceland is not in the prettiest neighborhood. So beware if you decide to visit Elvis Presley's home. It's not in the part where you think it is. What else is down there? I'm trying to think. What else is down in Memphis? Let's see. They got the Civil Rights Museum. They got Graceland. Oh, Beale Street, another historic area. Beale Street is similar to Bourbon Street, which is located in New Orleans. However, Beale Street is not the safest place to be either at nighttime. So, as much as I would love to visit Beale Street, I don't think I'm gonna go there. And if I do decide to go there one day, I'm gonna have to take somebody with me because I do not want to be there alone. There's just too much me happening. But it's a very popular blues district. They have like a lot of blues and a lot of country, from what I was told. Now, the next city on my bucket list that I do want to go and visit is Nashville. Nashville's really, really, really nice. It's turned like mini Las Vegas. They call it Nash Vegas for a reason. According to TikTok, from all the videos I've been looking, because I've been doing like a little deep dive on different cities, Nashville has grown a lot. They have all types of things now. A lot of people go there specifically for the music scene. If they like country, the Grand Ole Opry, whatever you call it's down there. A lot of people honestly also go down there because of the different resorts. Apparently, Nashville has different cabins and stuff out there. I think the nearest resort is probably Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Not too sure how far it is from Nashville, but I know that in Gatlinburg they have a lot of nice cabins. There's a lot of different tourism attractions down there too. I know Dollywood, which is owned by Dolly Parton, is a theme park. That's somewhere in Tennessee. I want to say it's in Gatlinburg, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff to do. Like, it's a lot. A lot of people told me the city has blown up twice than what it used to be. I even seen a clip. I believe I shared it with you guys one time on my YouTube. The rent is sky high now. Somebody said if you get an apartment, it doesn't matter what side of town you on, you bound to pay about $3,000 or $4,000 a month for rent in Nashville. I said Tennessee is charging $3,000-$4,000 a month for rent. That thing better come with a butler, a maid, something, a driver. Like, I'm not paying that much money, not for no apartment. That's crazy. But that's how much you can tell that the city is expanding and how crazy it's getting with all the prices. It's like I said, like everything I've known way back when, it's changed so much. There's so much diversity. There's so many different things to do now. Like half of it I don't even know. I'm still googling around doing research trying to figure out what's what. But yeah. There's so much to do. I know my other city that I want to visit that's on top of my bucket list is Chicago. I only been through the airport. I had a layover last year when I relocated from Texas to Virginia in O'Hare International Airport. It's a very nice airport, by the way, but I never got a chance to explore the actual city. So when I get a chance, when the weather is warm, because boo boo, I'm not going nowhere in the cold trying to do some tourism. Hell no. When the weather warms up, sometime in the summer, hopefully, I do plan to visit Chicago. If not the summer, the fall, before it gets cold again. I know my coworkers, the ladies that I hang out with, one of them is from, well, actually, two of them are from New York. One is from Brooklyn. The other one is from the Bronx. The one from Brooklyn, she's a sweet lady. She's an older black lady. She was just like, I'm gonna teach you some things. We're gonna take a trip to New York in the city. We're gonna go in the summer. I said, for real? We really all gonna go? She said, hell yeah. I said, oh snap. I said, I'm excited. So she wants to take like a girls trip sometime in the summer. I don't know when exactly. We haven't set a date yet. But I told her she'll have to wait till I get PTO because my PTO doesn't accrue until June. So I won't have 80 hours until then, which is crazy. My contract is kind of jacked up with the PTO. It's kind of weird. They make you purchase PTO, which I've never heard of, but certain contract jobs, for some odd reason, they make you buy PTO. Why? I don't know. It's just part of the rules, I guess. But I'm not buying nothing. I'm waiting until I get the stuff for free. So until that time comes, then I can actually take a quote unquote vacation. But yeah, she wants to do a girls trip to New York, so I'm thrilled about it. Another place I plan to visit later on when it gets warm, because see, I'm not visiting nothing on the East Coast right now. Everything is cold, like freezing cold right now. The weather here, that's another thing about Charlotte. The weather here is amazing. It's so sunny and pretty outside. Let me show y'all the outside view. Now, the view is not the best. I got the view of the parking lot. Forgive me, but this is the view right here. That's what it looked like. But isn't it pretty? It's sunny outside. It's nice. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, it's nice and warm. That's the point. It's about 70 something degrees. It feels like Texas here. And then when I go all the way back up to Virginia, it's gonna be like 40, 50 degrees. It's cold as hell. I'm not thrilled about the weather changing. I'm probably gonna get sick because when you go from cold to warm and then warm back to cold, normally you get sick. Your allergies start acting up, you know what I'm saying? But it's beautiful, breezy weather here. Not too hot, not too cold, just in the middle, in between. But Virginia, freezing, freezing cold. Like one time, I went to work in December, right? It was right before Christmas. It snowed one time. Then when the snow stopped, it was like a cold freeze for like 20 to 30 degrees for like the whole week. So each day I'm going to work, I'm driving in 27-degree weather, 30-something degree weather every day. And it barely just started warming up. We barely just hit the 50s and the 60s, like barely. And we still in January, but surprisingly the snow has stopped. I'm shocked because when I got here last year to Virginia in February, we had a snowstorm. It was a horrible snowstorm when I got here. It was like a damn blizzard. But surprisingly, this year, we got lucky. There was no blizzard. Virginia's weird. It's bipolar. Sometimes you get snow, sometimes not so much. It just depends where you go. Hello, welcome. But I tell you where not to go, especially during winter. Chicago and New York. Their snow is way different. And Philly, their snow don't stop until like April. I would cry if I had to sit in a city and be miserable in the cold till April. I would cry. I couldn't do it. But our snow stops in February, January timeframe. So yeah, it's reasonable. Put it that way, it's reasonable. But anywho, um, like I said, I had a wonderful weekend. I had a great time. I definitely plan to come and do this again. I definitely plan to come back to Charlotte and do some more exploring. I just wish I had more time here to actually explore because I didn't really explore too much of downtown. First of all, my feet are aching from them boots I was walking in. I was walking in my Mary Jane thigh high boots with my little mini skirt and my top on yesterday, and everybody just kept staring at me. I was like, why are people staring at me? Oh my God, stop gawking at me. It's not that deep. I don't know if it was the sunglasses I was wearing or the outfit, but I think people were mesmerized by my outfit. It was just that same glittery shirt that y'all saw with that skirt I wore to the Shaka Khan concert. That was it. It wasn't nothing like super revealing or nothing. It just happened that like I know how to dress and the shit looks good on me. Hell, I don't know what to say. But people just kept staring like they ain't never seen somebody dressed nice before. I don't know, it was weird. I guess people like to stare at me or they're just not used to us dressing nice in public. I don't know. Some of the people, some of the natives that I've seen around here, they don't dress the nicest. I ain't gonna lie. Some of them is so country and backwoods. They come out with the bonnets on, the moo dresses. I've seen it all. Because when I went to that hood, oh my God, let me tell y'all real quick. I stopped at the Family Dollar in the hood. I didn't realize I was in the hood till I got out the car. Baby, let me tell you, that thing was connected to a shopping center, next to a liquor store, next to a wig shop, and next to a Chinese store. I said, oh, hell no. Every store, I kid you not, on that shopping center block had bars on windows. That's how I knew I was in the hood. I was scared as hell because I didn't realize I was off of East MLK. I don't know why, but for some odd reason, every city that I visited has a Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, and it's deep in the hood. I don't know why. Like, why can't Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard be in a nice neighborhood? Why can't it be in the suburbs? Why got to be in the hood? It don't make no sense. You know what I mean? I just feel like that's so disrespectful. But anywho, I know it's such a random tangent. The dollar store. I stopped there to get these walking shoes. Let me show y'all. And they are so comfortable. They was on sale for like $10. These are my walking shoes that I bought yesterday. Aren't they nice? The reason I bought them is because my feet were aching from them boots I was wearing all damn day. So once I put them joggers on, I said, you know what? I might look a little nerdy. Don't give a damn. I wore my compression socks, my long johns. They're real pretty. They're printed. I'll show you what they look like. But these weren't the ones I wore last night. The ones I wore last night were black. They were black compression socks with hearts on them. They're real cute and real trendy. I found them on Amazon. Anywho, I wore the compression socks with those tennis shoes. I had no shame with my little romper dress because I was like, I refuse, and I mean absolutely refuse to stand in heels or boots or wedges all night long with no chair, no type of seating, no boost, no nothing. because I know my feet are gonna hurt. So that's why I did that. Plus, hello, welcome. Plus, my ankle is still messed up. My ankle is still sprained. So, had I not had that ankle issue, I would have worn my wedges. But I wasn't gonna be walking in them jokers all night. I'm gonna show you what my wedges look like. Hold on. Let me show y'all real quick. Where the wedges at? No, they in here. Here they go. I was like, no, they in here. Okay. I had to do some digging. So these are the wedges that I was gonna wear with my romper outfit last night. They're cute. I actually found these on Temu. They were on sale for like, I don't know, $10 maybe. But yeah, I was gonna wear these bad boys, but then I thought about the standing and the waiting in line and the more standing inside the club, and I was like, nah, I'm not wearing this shit. I'm wearing tennis shoes so I can be comfortable and do as I please. And in case I needed to run, I had on some tennis shoes. That was the point. God forbid there be a fight break out and a shootout break out, and then I'm in heels or wedges and I can't run. That was the other reason I did that too. Because sometimes you gotta prepare for certain club environments. You know what I mean? Now these are my other shoes that I wear inside the hotel room. These are super comfy. Aren't they cute? These are my house shoes. Now those shoes I actually found on the TikTok shop. And I think, or no, not TikTok shop. I found them on Temu as well. Those were on sale for like $5. Yeah. And they're the most comfiest, the most warmest house shoes I've ever had. And better than the brands in Walmart. Child, when I say I be finding the deals, I be finding the deals mostly through TikTok shop or Temu because they're 10 times cheaper. They all coming from China. And it's a good discount. Why not? But yeah, you'd be surprised what you can find. There's a lot of neat um, things that look super expensive that you can find for half the price online. It's very, very nice. But anywho, I'm about to get off of here. So it seems like everybody is busy. I know some of y'all probably still laid up in bed from the night before, probably partying, hooping and hollering or whatever. And then some of y'all might be at church. I just thought about it. It's Sunday. It is Sunday. But I'm about to get my stuff together, get ready to check out in the next hour, and I'm about to chill. I'll probably watch some Netflix before I go and call it a day. But I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. I just wanted to check in, give y'all the little breakdown of my little trip. And oh, real quick before I go, the shorts clip that I uploaded with the different art murals that you guys saw. That first mural with the singers on it. The guy on the left, in case y'all are wondering who they were, if y'all don't recognize them, is a very famous gospel artist. His name is John P. Key. I don't know if that rings a bell with some of y'all, but it was him on the left. The lady that was in the middle was Fantasia Barrino. And then the guy on the right was Anthony Hamilton. Did y'all know that all three of them are from North Carolina? I knew Fantasia was from North Carolina. She's actually from High Point, North Carolina. It's a little bit further than Charlotte. It's right outside the Charlotte area. But I had no idea that Anthony Hamilton and that gospel artist were from North Carolina as well. They have a lot of talented singers apparently from this area. I'm just not aware. I don't pay attention. I don't know the history, but yeah, I thought it was quite interesting. They have a lot of black cultural art here, and there's a lot of black cultural places that they have here. They have some kind of fancy farmers market that's geared to like black farmers that's here, all types of stuff. That's why I said one thing that sets apart this city versus other cities in general is a lot more blacker, it's a lot more historic, and it's not necessarily gentrified. In my opinion, I don't feel like the city is gentrified. You know how you go to like most cities and you're like downtown and like one side of the downtown is hood, then the other side of the downtown is like a mansion, it's suburban, there's like a whole bunch of white people and shit. It's nothing like that here. Like the hood is the hood by itself. It has no part of gentrification. There's like no big houses next to it. You'll know. But when you're in the nicer area of like Charlotte, you'll start seeing golf courses, you'll start seeing like wooded areas, pine trees, big houses on the hills. That's the suburbs. It's literally segregated. One side of the city, suburbs. The other side of the city, hood. So that's why I said it's different because I don't see too much gentrification. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But to me, I didn't feel like it was gentrified here. I felt like majority of the neighborhood is historic. Majority of the neighborhood is in the hood. But man, I just can't get over how big those buildings were that I saw yesterday. Those skyscrapers, oh my God, they were so tall. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Houston and Dallas with the tall buildings. I've never seen buildings that big before. And even the Bank of America, when I saw the corporate Bank of America downtown, they had a huge waterfall in front of that thing. I was just like, dang. It kind of reminded me of Vegas a little bit, except instead of the water spraying up, the water was spraying down on the steps. It was really pretty. I was just like, wow, this is really cool. But yeah, they had a lot of beautiful statues. I don't know the history of the statues, but I know it has something to do with the history of Charlotte being, in North Carolina or whatever. I know the nickname for this city is called Queen City. The reason why they call it Queen City is because the history behind it is Queen Anne Victoria, I believe is her name. I could be saying it incorrectly, but Queen Anne is the reason for this city. Apparently, she's the ruler, I guess, who started this city or some shit like that. I don't know. But that's why they call it Queen City. There's actually a statue of her somewhere downtown. I didn't even see it yesterday. I was going to do some more exploring, but I'm tired. I'm gonna try to get home in a decent hour. I don't want to be stuck out here too late, and I have to get up in the morning and go to work. If I didn't have to go to work, I would do some more exploring, but I don't have time. I have to get back on the road. That's a 4.5 hour drive. It's a miserable drive going home. It's not too terrible when you leave Charlotte. It's just those towns. You know how you pass through like those little small towns? That's when it gets miserable because it goes from 4 lanes to 2 lane highway. And by the time you get up to Virginia, it ain't nothing but 2 lane highway and pine trees the whole way. It's terrible. Yeah, that's why I said it's kind of a miserable drive. But yeah, food is good. That steakhouse is so nice. I'll never get over that steakhouse. It's so pretty inside. I was just mesmerized by the architecture. I ain't gonna lie. I first walked in there. The first thing I saw that caught my attention immediately was the LED fireplace thing. It had like a little LED fireplace with flames just going up in front of the hostess stand. I thought that was so cool. I was just like, whoa, this doesn't even feel like a steakhouse. It feels like a club inside. It was really, really nice. But hella expensive. I will warn you. Every entree that I saw on that menu was at least 25 and up. It's not cheap. That's why I ordered the burger, the cheeseburger, the fries, and the sweet tea. Yeah, the burger was like $9.99. I refuse, and I mean absolutely refuse to pay $20 for a salad or $20 for some fish. That's crazy to me. Like, why would I do that? The steak was worse. I saw the steak prices. Depending on what kind of steak you order, from a sirloin to like a wagyu steak, you're gonna pay about $50 a steak at that steakhouse. That's crazy. But it was good. The place was called STK Steakhouse. I've never heard of them, but it's a very nice steakhouse. Just be prepared to break your wallet there if you ever decide to visit. I would say only go there during tax season or happy hour. They do have happy hour, but after happy hour, you're on your own. It's not so happy. Just know that. Let's see. Besides the steakhouse, that was pretty much all I saw. I didn't go anywhere else. I did a lot of driving. I drove all over downtown, just looking for different art murals, looking at statues, looking at the stadiums. They got a nice stadium too down there, by the way. I saw the Panther Stadium. I saw the Hornet Stadium. It's very nice, where the basketball team is at. There's something to do with Michael Jordan here. Michael Jordan has a building out here somewhere because y'all know he's from North Carolina too, and he played for I think the Tar Heels is the name of the basketball team when he was in college. He donated a building out here to the city. I just don't know what kind of building he owns, but I heard there's also a Jordan statue around here somewhere. I gotta find it the next time I'm out here somewhere downtown. But there's a lot of Jordan memorabilia around here too. That's one thing I do like about the city. They love Jordan so much. They built a statue of him somewhere around here. But other than that, that was pretty much all I did. I just did a lot of sightseeing, and just being a tourist. That's pretty much it. But yeah, the main reason I came was for that event. That event was so nice. It was so fun. It was so unexpectedly wild too. I'm not gonna lie. It was very wild. Did not expect that. But it was cool. It was cool. I had a good weekend. Very, very busy weekend. Just hope to God that my car can make it. Hopefully I'm not stranded. Pray to God. Fingers crossed I don't get stranded on the way home. So I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to make it in one piece. But other than that, I'm just chilling. I'm just waiting till checkout time. I have another hour and some change. But I'm about to get off of here. I know I've been blabbing and running my mouth all morning. I hope you guys enjoyed this little talk. If you have questions, feel free to let me know. Um, but yeah, again, if you ever come to this side of the earth and you decide to visit, um, you will never be bored. There's plenty of things to do here in Charlotte. You just have to go online, go to the Charlotte website, like the city of Charlotte, to see the actual tourism and all the attractions. Because I, again, don't know all the attractions here. And the transit is good too. I forgot to mention that they actually have a real good transit system. If you don't want to Uber or you don't want to drive everywhere, you can take the train. The metro runs all day long, I found out. Day passes are as little as $5. Weekend passes are as little as $10 if you want the whole weekend. And if you do monthly passes, it's like, I don't know, $20, maybe $30. But the point is, they have the metro, so you can take the metro if you want to take the train, that runs daily. Um, or you could take the bus, which I don't suggest. I don't trust the bus. They have a Greyhound station as well. They have a Metro bus station as well. Um, what else they got here? That's pretty much it. And the airports, of course. But yeah, it's a very accessible city, very transit friendly. It kind of reminds me of like different cities like LA and Chicago and New York where they have the train. Except this train is a little bit different. It's not the underground subway. This is the train that's on top of the tracks. It's just like a little metro rail, like a light rail. But the ones that really run like 24/7 nonstop, like they never stop, are the ones like New York, LA, and Chicago. Those are the underground subways. So those are scary. I ain't gonna lie, because the first time I rode an underground subway, I rode what's called the BART, which stands for Bay Area Rapid Transit. And the BART is not a joke. They go city to city. If you're ever in California and you're in the Bay Area, like San Francisco or Sacramento or Oakland, and you take the BART, just know it doesn't just go from a random stop like the airport or just like downtown. That thing literally goes city to city. It'll tell you when you hop on the train, next stop, Sacramento, and the next 1 hour and 25 minutes. It tells you the time and everything when you get on there. And you have to hurry up and get off before you get stranded. Because that almost happened to me. I remember one time I hopped on the BART and I was trying to get somewhere. I almost went to Oakland by accident. That's how crazy that train is. That train goes from San Francisco to Oakland to Sacramento, even as far as San Jose. That is far. That is a long train ride. That's probably about a 2 hour train ride. Like nothing is close, by the way. But yeah, I like the fact that they have a very accessible transit system. It's really cool. But here in the southern states like North Carolina, South Carolina, and Texas, we don't have underground subways that go city to city. We just have the Amtrak. Now, the Amtrak goes city to city, but the biggest difference between the Amtrak and the underground subway is the Amtrak is a sleeper train. They actually have beds you can sleep in, and they have showers. Now, I heard the Amtrak is not too friendly on the wallet. It's kind of pricey. Rooms can cost you anywhere between 500 to like 800. It depends on what you order. So that's why I haven't really been geared on taking the Amtrak. You know what I mean? But best believe the next trip I do, if I go to like Philly or somewhere like Jersey or something, because Jersey and Philly is a drive. That's about a 5 to 6 hour drive from Virginia. I'm taking Amtrak. I'm not driving. I refuse. And if I don't take the Amtrak, I'm taking a flight. Because 9 times out of 10, the flight is going to be cheaper anyway than the Amtrak. But I do want the Amtrak experience. I've never rode the Amtrak, and I've never rode a sleeper train. So I definitely want to have that experience. Now, one thing I will not do is take the Amtrak and go somewhere crazy like Chicago. People around here, you'd be surprised, especially in Virginia, they will take the Amtrak and go places like Maine, Connecticut, Boston. That's like a 10-hour train ride. That's crazy. Chicago, LA, like that is a long ride, dude. There's no way I would do that ride. I bet it's a very scenic ride where you can see all the stuff or whatever, but it's a miserable ride. That's a long ride on a train. That's crazy. Now, if I ever take it, it's going to be short trips. It's going to be about a 5 to 6 hour radius, not anything more than 10. I refuse. But I just thought I'd share that with y'all. Anywho, I'm going to get off of here for real, and get ready. About to put on my shoes, make sure my bag is packed, make sure I have all my belongings here, and shortly check out of this room. But I will talk to you guys next time. And y'all take care and have a wonderful Sunday. Bye.